Hello, for this lesson you are going to be working in IXL, and it's going to be lesson P13, where you're going to be graphing and comparing fractions with numerators or denominators that will be the same on a number line. So when you first look, you can see that I have 5/3 and 5/6 that I need to place on the number line. The numerator is the same, but the denominator is different. I'm going to look at my number line, and when I look at my number line, I can see that it is broken up into 6. So I can easily find 5/6, and I'm going to click right on 5/6 here. Now for 5/3, it's going to be a little bit difficult or a little bit trickier because my number line isn't broken up into thirds. So I'm going to have to find a denominator that is the same. So for this, what I'm going to do is I've already placed 5/6. What I need to do is try to determine where I can place 5/3. Well, I need to have my denominator be a 6. So what can I multiply 3 times to have my denominator be a 6? Well, the number that I can multiply it by would be the number 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Now we know that we can multiply a number by the number 1 and it doesn't change the value. So if I multiplied the bottom by 2, I have to multiply the top by 2 because 2 over 2 equals 1. So now I take 5 and I multiply that by 2 and that equals 10. So on my number line, I need to find 10/6. So I go and I look here at my number line and I can find 10/6. I plot that there, and then it asks which number is smaller. So I can see that I have 5/6 is close to 1 and 10/6 is close to 2. So 10/6 is greater than 5/6, so my answer would be 5/6, and I'm going to click it here because that's the smaller of the two numbers, and I'm going to submit my answer. Let's try one more here. I have two numbers that I need to locate on the number line. I have 8/10 and 7/10. 8/10, when I look at the number line, is broken up into tenths. So I can find 8/10 on my number line, click that there. I can find 7/10 on my number line and click that there. And then I need to figure out what is the question that they're asking me. Which number is smaller? 7/10 is smaller. I'll click on that and submit my answer. And we're going to continue going on while we're doing this. This time it's asking me which number is greater. So first I'll locate 7/6 because this is already set up on my number line in 6 and 11/6. I'll find that too. This time I'm looking for which number is greater. It's important to look at the question that they're asking. 11/6 is greater, and I submit my answer. I'm going to do one more. I have the number 1/2 and I have the number 1/10. When I look at the number line, it's broken up into tenths, so I can place 1/10 on the number line. For the number 1/2, I need to take a peek at the number 1/2, and I have to think, what number can I multiply the number 2 by so that it will be, the denominator will be a 10. So I can multiply 2 times 5. And if I multiply the bottom by 5, I have to multiply the top by 5 because that equals 1. And then I can take the top and I do 1 times 5 equals 5. 2 times 5 equals 10. Now I'm going to go back to my screen and I need to find 5/10 on my number line. I find it right here. And then I'm going to compare my numbers. It says compare 1/2 and 1/10 and tell me which one is greater than. Well, 1/2 equals 5/10, so 1/2 is greater than 1/10. And I'll click that here. Continue working on these assignments and see how you do.